Okay, good evening, Gazini.
Mayong gabi, Mayong gabi. Yes, thank you so much. It's so lovely to be back home and feeling your energy with me all together, waiting for me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Indeed, we have waited, haven't we? We waited so long for Gazini to come back home. Walk everyone through, what was your life like before you left? Before you got the idea to go and compete in Binibining Pilipinas? What were you doing here in Cebu? Could you tell everyone?
Alright. So I am a model from Origin Model Management, which discovered me ever since I was 15 years of age. I met Marie halfway through that modeling stage, and I studied in San Jose Recoletos.
Adelante! Do we have any Joselians in the building?
And I live in Talisay City, Cebu. So kamao na ko mo Bisaya sa mga curious diha. Lumad ko nga Cebuano.
Do you prefer speaking Bisaya or English?
All Cebuanos can admit that we are multilingual, right?
Correct. Very much.
I can't speak Tagalog, Bisaya, and English fluently.
Can you give us a sample of your Tagalog?
Tagalog?
Opo.
Nakakapagpabagabag.
What is that? I don't even know that word. Maybe you can tutor me, diba?
It's a tongue twister.
When you left, obviously that meant you had just graduated tourism, right? And you mentioned earlier that you had your stylist gather your clothes. And I'm sure you all know, diba? She has the most stylish outfits, even all throughout the competition. Yes, I agree.
Everything. Have the doubts to yourself after not achieving of what your goal was. And it is not easy battling up with your conscious mind because your worst enemy, your worst critic is gonna be yourself. And after the whole day of working and trying to train, at the end of the day you have to always ask yourself, am I happy? Is this my goal? Is this where I want to be? Am I making a purpose that is worth it? Do I stand in the right position every time? Or do I feel sympathy to other people? I mean, I've always been, growing up as a kid, I've always been so empathetic towards other people. I always put my shoes to whoever that may be. I always try to feel what they feel, how do they feel when I do this. So it's all a matter of trying to be empathetic to one another. And of course, law of attraction, guys. If you think, if you believe, if you work for it, then you will achieve it.
That is so true.
Know who you really are, because when you know yourself up there in the stage, you don't have any more hesitations of what you want to wear, who you want to portray, because you don't have any lapses anymore or any lacking responsibility towards showing off yourself to a million people. Always put this in my heart to never forget to look back of where you came from. And as of that, I just came from my school, my high school, of which I was a salutatorian, by the way. So
beauty and brains.
And I came from there a while ago and said hi because that's where it all started from. Miss Milo, Little Olympics in Abiliana. And that's how I figured out that I can be someone who can transform into a butterfly up on stage. So bringing that with me, the wings that I have is my backbone, and that is all the organizations that I am supporting with. And with the preparation that I am doing, I jog my dogs every morning. You always have something to do in your house, in your kitchen, you can run outside your house. So I mean, exercise does just not mean that you have to go to the gym. Exercise is everywhere you are from. I eat buko. Kaya wala ko kayo butong sa Manila.
You love buko. You used to get that all the time outside.
Yes, like my favorite is every time I wake up in the morning, naibuk kong gawas sa dalan. So, palit ra ko. In Manila, it's 45 pesos. And here, it's only, what, 25, 35 pesos. So, wala lang. Gimingaw lang ko.
What do you look forward to the most in your homecoming trip this time?
I look forward to seeing all of you being here in SM.
Okay, now since becoming Miss Universe Philippines, how's your life changed? What are the things that you do now that you didn't before? What are the things that you do differently?
The things that I do now is that I don't get to have my own schedule for myself anymore because I already render it to all the advertisement, the Binibining Pilipinas organization, the Miss Universe organization, having us with the projects that we're working on, all together with the organizations that we're supporting. The things that I get to do is the work that I have right now, the passion that I have right now is much more hectic than before because as you know guys, Miss Universe has bigger responsibility, bigger shoes to fulfill, and I am happily doing that, rendering my service, catering the Filipinos, and also having to showcase my advocacy in front of a lot of people, and that's already a genuine honor from me.
And speaking of Miss Universe, there has been recent concern as to whether, or where rather, Miss Universe will be held. At the moment, do you have any idea of where it will officially be held?
Ganahan mo sa Pilipinas. Diba? Well, yeah.
Ganahan mo sa SM, asa ba na sila?
But there's no proper announcement yet. But as of now, they said it's gonna be might be here in the Philippines.
Wow.
But who knows, diba? All of you guys can go there and cheer for the Philippines.
That'll be the best, diba? If Miss Universe is here, and if it's here in the Philippines, then aren't we all gonna go make our way to cheer for GAZINI? Labi na nga taga Cebu ka. You really do need a Cebuana. Okay, so what is the secret? I'm just going through my mind of all these questions that I want to ask you. Before we open the floor to our crowd, what does it take to be Miss Universe Philippines?
I guess it takes courage and a leap of faith. All you gotta do is to just believe in that you, the inner you, the one who is making you who you are, because you're unique. You gotta trust in that and have the leap of faith, and always pray.
How did that change your life, being in the competition?
What do you mean, like how it changed?
Like how did you have to carry yourself differently now? Like the GAZINI that I know and love, who is very much still this girl on stage. What little changes did you have to make? Like, I'm sure life in Manila is different from life in Cebu. So what did you have to do as a candidate in Binibining Pilipinas?
To be honest, guys, what they told me was that you always have to put on your makeup whenever you go out of your house. Try to be more prim and proper. But I said to myself, this is who I am. They should accept me. They should accept it. Because if not, then I'm not the Miss Universe that they deserve. And that's what I always put into my heart whenever I'm going outside my house.
And indeed, that's what she does. With every step, she puts forward not only her best foot, but Cebu's best foot. And not just to the world, but to the universe. Now, this has been a long time coming for you to come home, back to Cebu. I know we're all curious. Who was the first phone call that you made when you found out that you were finally coming back home to Cebu?
My mom. my mother, of course, because she's the first person to know everything.
All of the above.
Just put subtitles na lang down there. So, daghang salamat ninyo. Na-appreciate jud nako kanyari mo diri, mo especially sa mga GAZININjas, sa Adelante, mga Adelante. All of you are my strength towards competing for to embark the new battle, another crown. And I'm just so appreciative kay hatag mo sa inyong time, mag-effort, kay Boko, dili-dalim. Napa mo'y trabaho, napa mo'y mga eskwela. And I know the feeling because I used to be that person who is just one of the norm who are trying to support someone. Even like, P hours back, I was there supporting Max and Medina, and it is not easy to just have that leap of faith for someone the responsibility to believe in them. And then so I appreciate it so much. Daghang salamat mga Again, I cannot promise the crown right now, but all I can promise is I will best represent the Philippines in the most authentic way that I can. And I will do my very best, not just only to get the back-to-back, but just to best represent the whole nation as one.
Thank you, Gazini.
Salamat everyone. Let's all wish Gazini a very, very big good luck on her journey towards Miss Universe. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for coming to witness Gazini's homecoming.
You're so pretty. Can you say hi to my vlog? Hello, Gazini. Good luck. Thank you.
When I'm with my baby, yeah, all the bad things disappear. You're making me feel that maybe I am somebody.